let's say the first base position. Would you rather have the Padres get Jose Abreu or Josh Bell?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's kind of like it's almost like it's. I mean, obviously it's subjective because it's sports. You know, it's almost like saying, do you like sushi or do you like pizza? I mean, both are going to do things a little bit differently. Although Bell wasn't necessarily this prototypical power guy. Like
Mhm.
Bell is actually a little bit like Abreu, where he's got an ability to get on base and hit for average. We didn't really see it as much in San Diego. He's also obviously got the ability to slug. Like he's got serious power. We didn't necessarily see it. You know, I would be content with bringing Bell back and hoping that he's able to replicate his first half as opposed to his second half and get the comfort and familiarity return with Soto and a lot of his teammates. And I would trust in Bell. Now, I don't know what he's going to get here. You know, I would think he could get multiple years. I would think Abreu could get multiple years. And I'm talking about 2 years, not 3, 4 years. You know, if they're comparable contracts, I think you could argue either. Abreu is not necessarily a power hitter at this point. If he didn't hit for power with the White Sox, I don't know if he's going to do it with the Padres at Petco Park. But if he can be a 850 OPS, hit 300 guy, and I think both of those players are capable of doing that. I guess you're just asking, you know, which do you prefer more? I mean, Bell's a little younger. Abreu's a little older. Bell maybe has a little more slug. Both can hit and hit for power. I think I'd take maybe the better of the deals if I was AJ Preller. Can I get one on a 1-year deal? Can I get one on a 2-year deal for less than the other? That might be my preference if I was Preller.
Right, because what I've seen from, people just making predictions, Abreu probably like 2 years, 15,
Mm-hmm.
17 mil per year. And then Bell, I've seen some people think like 3 years for 40 million. So for you,
That's a big number.
that's what I'm saying. Like 3
I
years for Bell, I don't know if I want to do that. Where if it's 2 years for Abreu, maybe if they're comparable players, I'd probably want the shorter term there with the first baseman. I know, like
I agree.
starting pitching, you're saying, yeah, if we could have Senga for years and years and years, but with first base, with those two guys in particular, it's not like Goldie or guys like that where they're going to perform for years and years. With Bell and Abreu, I just don't know if that's a guarantee for like 3 years.
I would take the shorter deal to your point, and I think you only have to look at the Will Myers and the Eric Hosmer contracts to see how
Yeah.
they really handcuff you. And as you get later in those deals, and if they don't produce, it puts you in a spot that's not desirable. 3 years isn't 8 years like Hosmer, or even 5 years like Myers was. But if you don't hit from day one, and all of a sudden you're already talking about the deal and what are they going to do in 2024? What are they going to do in 2025? I'm with you. If I had a chance between a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal with one of those two players, I would take the shorter deal. I think that's a good point.